Hey folks, Relaunch You with Jarmithlin. I'm Jarmithlin, and this is my review of the New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor, a co-branded show, Honor Rising Day 2. And I want to say that if you're seeing this review, then I actually made it to work safely. We are getting a ton of snow on my hill. I live on a 1,000-foot hill, so hopefully you guys will get to see this review and I don't slip and, have issues driving to work. But that being said, really fun show that happened tonight. Couple matches that, one in particular, like the opening match, it was but quite a bit of it actually really had a good pace to it. A lot of tag matches and a really fun championship three-way, which we will get to. And let's just start right off the bat. Beer City Bruiser versus Hanare. It was really quick. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Beer City Bruiser. I mean, I admire the guy for his size, getting in the ring and actually working, trying to work hard. And he was trained by Harley Race. Harley Race doesn't generally train slouches given the amount of respect and admiration a lot of people have for Harley Race and how legit tough he is even at his age. Hanare, hugely over. Pretty quick match though. Beer City Bruiser got the win really out of nowhere. I guess it sort of makes sense since he beat Goto the previous night. But I'm a bit surprised. I mean, I'm sure Hanare's got a really huge upside. I'm just a little bit surprised Beer City Bruiser won. But it does factor into later in the night, so I sort of get it. But not exactly the best match. Kind of weak opener. Then you had Takahashi, Hokulea, and Chase Owens. Chase Owens in the main event previous night. Second match this night, and they faced Jay Lethal, Juice Robinson, and David Finlay. Really good tag team action here. Each team did their own brand of centralizing and beating up one guy, and of course Lethal's team hit more of the high spots and everything. Not that Takahashi is any slouch as far as that, and Hikuleo certainly has a tremendous upside. Being one of Ming's kids, you better damn well have a big upside. And the guy is like 6'8", 6'9". The guy's really tall. Chase Owens, of course, have a really good showing here. Good stuff. Juice Robinson and David Finlay could be a tremendous tag team in 2018, 2019. They work really well together just in the few times I've been able to see them as a team. They gel really well together. And of course, Jay Lethal in a class all by himself. Somebody that Impact Wrestling let slip away. That's a really dumb move by them, but a great coup by Ring of Honor. And he has done tremendous for that promotion for a number of years. I was a little worried that Jay Lethal hurt himself. Hitting the sky elbow. I was really worried because he was holding his ribs. I mean, it could have just been something that popped. Maybe he seemed okay by the end of it, and Hikuleo took the pin, but he's still young and up and coming. And him taking a couple pins might be a way. I don't think they're going to turn him babyface, but it's a way to kind of make him realize, okay, you're going to have to learn proper. You're going to have to eat some losses here and earn the respect of the Japanese fans and the roster. And I'm pretty certain, since of course he's one of Ming's kids, he does respect the business, but it's a way to start a young guy up. Give him some good performance. Let him get some good performances in. Taking some pins will help, teach him and everything. So, good match, and hopefully Lethal is not seriously hurt. He was out doing commentary later, so he seemed fine. I mean, obviously commentary is a little different. Commentary is way different than being in the ring. But he didn't seem to be straining at all. So maybe it was just some little pop that he felt, or he just landed a little bit wrong and he was totally fine a few minutes later. And then we go to match number 3, which was Hiromu. Again, Hiromu. I'm getting that name right. I feel really stupid that I got that name wrong in my newbie game in Osaka review, but hey, whatever. We all make mistakes. Again, casual New Japan fan, not able to keep up on everything, so I do what I can. Hiromu and Bushi, both in masks to start out. Of course, Bushi always wears a mask. Versus Taguchi and Flip Gordon. Flip, the earth still isn't flat, you idiot. But Taguchi, of course, taking Dalton's wings and doing that, just being the troll that he is. And really fun stuff, of course. Why not? I mean, I don't know. I'd be down for a Dalton Castle, Taguchi crossover feud. Why not? At least a match. I mean, I think it'd be kind of fun. Dalton would clearly be the better of the two, and nothing against Taguchi, who's a little more comedy than he is substance, at least what I've seen, but could be a fun match. They battled in the crowd very early in the match. Really fun tag exchanges. Certainly no complaints here. Hiromu and Bushi got the win. Great stuff. Really, really enjoyed that. Hiromu and Bushi could be another really, really good tag team. If they have nothing else for them to do, I actually would be fine with them going after some tag gold. The tag division in New Japan is really, really deep, and hopefully a lot of these teams can be brought along and we can see what happens. I'm certainly excited to see what will happen in the events of March. Before I get too far into the review, I do want to say I did take a look at the schedule, and they aren't doing a show until March 6th. The only event I will probably miss as far as reviewing will be, it's whatever one is on Monday, which I think is the 12th. The 12th of March, because I work. It's starting at 3 a.m. and I work at 6 a.m. So even if I'm able to watch the show, like even if the show is only say 2 hours, it'll probably end up being 3, I won't be able to watch because I'll be at work. That's fine. I'm not going to be able to review every single event, and quite frankly, work comes first and sleep comes first. So I really do appreciate, though, everybody who has, welcomed me into the New Japan Pro Wrestling family and has, given me a chance to share my opinions on the love of wrestling. As I've loved Japanese wrestling for years, I'm just finally able to live tweet and review these shows. So I'll watch what shows I can and enjoy myself and provide the best content I can for you guys. And if you guys know some other New Japan Pro Wrestling reviewers that are doing some great videos, let me know. I'll either check out their channels or at least retweet their videos, because I want New Japan to succeed even more than it has. It deserves to grow a really, really good U.S. fan base. I mean, because obviously it's big in Japan, but I want this to become such a huge promotion. I want to do my part just to help it become a big promotion in Japan, or in the U.S., because the Japanese wrestlers mixed with the American wrestlers, such a great mix, such a great talent roster. Can't wait to see what they do with the few U.S. shows that they're going to be running, especially in March. I believe it's the 25th. The Rey Mysterio and Jushin Thunder Liger are going to be facing off, and I can't wait to see that one. I am here for that. So, back to the show, though. So just want to say, again, I'll review what I can, and thank you guys so much for watching the shows and providing the feedback that you do. Now, we go to match number 4, Jushin Thunder Liger, Delirious, and Cheeseburger teaming up again. It was a never open-weight 6-man tag match, 6-man tag title match, versus Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bad Luck Fale. Cheeseburger pretty much was isolated here. Liger, at 53 years old, is still able to move pretty well. Now, obviously, age is catching up with him. That's why he's in a lot of these multi-tag matches, because age catches up with everybody. And with his style, it's amazing he's able to walk. I mean, he's a safe worker, but he's a really damn good worker. He's been wrestling, I want to say, since 1984. 83, 84, I think, is when he made his debut, and I was 2 or 3 years old, depending on the year. And I've been a fan of his since a very early age, since pretty much his series matches with Pegasus Kid, Wild Pegasus, or whatever you want to call him, Benoit, in the very early 90s in Japan. And also his stuff with Brian Pillman in Super Brawl 2, and Rey Mysterio at Starrcade 96. And of course the series matches with Muta that he's had, and the various other ones that he had. But the whole point is, huge fan of Jushin Thunder Liger. Really happy to see him in this match. Delirious, I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Delirious' character. I don't hate the guy. I just don't get it. But he's supposed to be crazy and everything, so that's good. And Cheeseburger, of course, sympathetic, but he got destroyed. There's a pack mentality with Tonga's team, Tama's team, and Kayla and Crystal. Let's settle down here about Tama. I kid with you. I kid with you, ladies. I know you love your Japanese wrestling, and I can certainly see why the ladies love Tama Tonga. Guy's huge. Guy's got great talent. Guy's got a great look. He should never go to WWE. That much I'm going to say right here. And for those interested, if you're interested in both promotions, I will actually talk about 10 talents that should never go to WWE. I'll be doing that show sometime probably in, I would say, in March, maybe in April. But anyway, let's get on with the show. Not a bad tag match. There was no way Tonga's team was losing. No way. And they beat up Cheeseburger afterwards. Good stuff there. Now we move on to match number 5. It was another 6-man tag. Hangman Page and the Young Bucks versus Jay White, Chucky T, or Dustin of the Best Friends, and Yoshihashi. For some reason, I didn't recognize Yoshihashi at first, which is weird, because I've seen enough matches with him that you would think I would recognize him, but I had to ask one of my friends, hey, who is that? Oh, it's him. What the fuck? Why did I never remember that? They really just kept hammering. I mean, the Young Bucks got their spots in against Chucky T, Yoshihashi, and stuff like that. They were, and of course, Jay White, brought the comedy to a screeching halt, as is tradition. And Jay White is certainly somebody that has grown tremendously in the past few months, especially since just in the past month of after beating Kenny Omega shockingly for the U.S. title. And fracturing Bullet Club, as he said would happen. And that was good stuff. They pretty much just laid out the whole thing of a Hangman Page Jay White feud, and I am here for that. That is going to be a tremendous feud. I think Jay White will end up winning that. I don't think Hangman Page will end up winning the U.S. title, but who knows? Stranger things have happened. It's very good pace. White and Page kind of kept the whole thing level among all the high spots and stuff like that, which, nothing wrong with that. It's a good mix in the match. And after, it's like Hangman Page beat Jay White, pinned Jay White clean. Well, I mean, mostly clean. I mean, it's like, there's always going to be some shenanigans and stuff like that, but it's the fact that he pinned him in a 6-man tag that drove the whole thing with the feud, and then Hangman Page is going to hit him with a chair afterwards. Young Bucks stopped him. Okay, you're done. Cool. They left. And then Hangman Page got another chair from Kitamura in a shirt at ringside. That was weird. I didn't know they made shirts that size. Just saying, no, Kitamura's a big guy, and I mean, it was nice to see him there at ringside. Get some more experience, watch some more experienced workers and stuff like that. He's improving. I certainly have been proven wrong about him. Hopefully he improves and does very well. But Hangman Page, driving Jay White into a chair afterwards and just builds more to the feud. I am all for this. I don't know if that's going to happen in March, at any of the March shows. I think they have a big event April 1st, if I remember right, where Okada's going to wrestle, and that is an event where I think they could do that. Have Hangman Page versus Jay White. Who knows? I mean, I try to keep it up as much on the card schedule as I can, but I think that would be an appropriate time for it on April 1st. And then we go to, it was supposed to be Dalton Castle versus Beretta for the ROH World Championship. Beer City Bruiser comes in and decides he wants in on the match. Because Goto beat him last night. I promised my wife I'd come home with gold. And I wasn't a fan of Beer City Bruiser being involved in this at all, but Beretta dealing with a pec injury and dealing with a bicep injury, it was a way to protect him. Now he still took some he took some safe bumps, but he still took some bumps. He was clearly hurt. So I get why they did this. And it was a good way to do this. It protected Beretta. It still gave us a Ring of Honor World Championship match. It wasn't great because Bruiser just isn't that good. He's just not that good. Lethal was on commentary. He would get to face the winner of this match. And I wrote down some notes here. You could tell Beretta was hurting bad. Big superplex spot with Castle and Beretta hitting a massive superplex on Beer City Bruiser. Of course, Dalton at the end, I thought Bruiser for a second was going to pin Beretta. Fortunately, he didn't. Oh, that was scary. But you could tell Beretta was hurt because he wasn't involved in the pinfall. Dalton deadlift German to Beer City Bruiser. Very impressive strength. 1, 2, 3. Dalton retains. Dalton and Beretta have a bit of a stare down. Dalton even gives a thumbs up to Beretta, basically for saying, working through injured, good job. Really, really appreciate the efforts that you do. That was great stuff. And then we get to the main event. It was great stuff at the end. I mean, the match was okay, but Dalton retaining was fine. I think that even if it had been Dalton and Beretta, that Dalton would have retained. And Dalton versus Jay Lethal will certainly be a great match at a Ring of Honor show. I think it's the 16th anniversary, which I'm not sure when that's coming up. I think it's coming up in March. Forgive me, didn't hear the date. Still going to be a great match. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it, but hopefully it's a good show. And then we have Marty Scurll, Cody versus Omega and Ibushi, Golden Lovers again, and Korakuen Hall comes unglued for them. My God, they came unglued for them. Came unglued. Gross. But still, great stuff. Really, really nice how this was. You took Hangman and Chase Owens out of the match that was there from day one, and this was much more centralized. Marty was not divided on his loyalty this time. He was going after Omega. He was going after Ibushi. He was upset at what Kenny did. Kenny choosing Ibushi over Bullet Club, which is weird because Marty was the one that was brought into Bullet Club by Omega, but still, hey, whatever. Good stuff, good storytelling. And my God, this is a huge dive. Omega diving over the ropes into the crowd onto Cody. By the way, he didn't actually dive onto the fans. He's not that crazy. He seemed very respectful of Japanese people. He just wanted to dive onto Cody. And it was good stuff. Great storytelling. Marty, of course, was going to end up taking the fall. I think that was pretty obvious. But they did some good. They had some good tension here of thinking, okay, wait, are Omega and Ibushi going to lose? Chase Owens took the fall in the previous day's event. And by the way, check out that review. I did do a review of that one and really enjoyed it. So, it was good stuff. And it was a long tag match where they had some really, really good spots, including a spot where I think Cody had a move called the trailer hitch on Ibushi, and Omega was in the chicken wing by Marty. And it was like, okay, wait, Omega was trying to save Ibushi, but had to get Marty off of him. So he decided to just take Marty on his back and just throw him onto Cody. I think it was like the old Jason Voorhees thing, beat one motherfucker with another motherfucker. And then there was a point where it's a great storytelling between Cody and Omega and Ibushi, and it's just Cody fucking full-on kisses Ibushi on the mouth as a way to, like, drive a wedge between them or whatever. I'm not sure what they're doing with it, but hey, Cody's a fantastic fucking heel. Fantastic fucking heel. He is doing some tremendous work. So, it was the golden trigger or whatever. Gross, kidding. Ibushi and Omega get the win. Good stuff. And then Omega gets on the mic and is like, okay, I feel that the Golden Lovers are the best tag team in the world. That brings out the Bucks. And the Bucks have decided they are going to move up into the heavyweight division. The heavyweight tag division. I mean, I think that was kind of fair. They were what? They're 7-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. I mean, can they really go? Do they really need to go for an 8th? They didn't even really need a 7th. Beating Rapagni 3K at Wrestle Kingdom 12. Forgive me for that. And actually, that was my first official New Japan review because that was the first one I was able to see live. But seems like we're going to get the Golden Lovers versus the Bucks possibly that April 1st show. Don't know. I would love to see that. I think that would be a really, really fun match. Young Bucks are going to be young. I'm not saying they need to pull the trigger right yet, but it seems like that would be a pretty good time to do it. I don't know if they're going to do it at a Ring of Honor show. I think they would do it at Japan because they're already having Omega versus Cody at the big Ring of Honor show the 7th of April, I believe, which is going to be tremendous. I may have to find a way to watch that. May have to just order the show on the Ring of Honor website. But great stuff, great tension with the whole thing. Where it's like we're probably going to get that match sooner than later. Like I said, I go with the April 1st show, and then during a post show press conference, Kenny basically called Cody a WWE reject. Great job there. The way he was acting was like a WWE reject. I want to make that clear. Cody left the way he left and is doing his own thing and is doing tremendous. I think others are going to follow from WWE, but that's another story for another day. I'm going to give this show a B. It was, to me, B, between B and B+, especially with the storytelling for the main event. It was really good stuff. Kudos to Beretta for coming through and working hard. That Beer City Bruiser Hanare match wasn't so good, but it was good. But it was fine. Just Beer City Bruiser just isn't that good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll impress me more as time goes on. Maybe he will. I just very much doubt it. I'm all for throwback characters, but I just don't think he's that good. So anyway, guys, that is my review of New Japan Ring of Honor Honor Rising Day 2. And again, if you guys are watching this and I successfully made it to work despite all the snow. Anyway, what do you guys think of the review? What do you guys think of the show? Do you like the New Japan schedule, like of how they have shows here and there, but they don't always have shows every week. They take breaks and stuff like that. Do you like that? Do you think more wrestling companies should adopt that? Let's get that discussion going in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Also, spam real honesty with John Ritlin. I'm John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.